Well, I figured I might be able to squeeze in one more review before the rugby starts. Sit down, so let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to Beer Reviews with BeerSarge. So I thought I'd squeeze one more in before the game tonight. So I decided to do this one here. Now, I've reviewed this before, and I watched the review that I did was over 2 years ago, and I think we were just about to go back into fucking lockdown again because of old what's-her-face. And it's been re-released, so it's an oldie, but it's been around. Bay Mist from McLeod's. Bay Mist. Now, I remember the last review I did, I said that the beer gods at Waipu have knocked it out of the park. This is, it was, back then, a exceptional beer. Like, it was fucking exceptional. This is a twist on our fresh unfiltered pale ales, bursting with two legendary US hops, Simcoe and Cascade. It packs a fruity, citrusy punch with grapefruit and pine on the nose, over soft clementine on the palate. Bitterness is balanced, so it's the perfect beer to unwind with anywhere you crave good beer, Bream Bay and beyond. Nothing's changed. The packaging is the same, everything is the same, but this is a new brew. So given the fact that this was brewed like 2 years ago, and I reviewed it 2 years ago, you can actually see the growth in 2 years too. If you look back over the fucking history of the channel, it's quite surprising and fucking scary. But hey, I wonder if this has the same impact as back then, when 2 years ago craft brewing was in its, well, it was in its forefront. It was going ahead. Now it's basically all I buy is craft, mostly. So does this still excite me? Well, let's see. Is it still the greatest beer that I've ever tasted, which it pretty much was back then? So let's get this in. It's so Bay Mist Unfiltered Pale Ale. It's a 5%er. So as I said in the last video, this is one you can sit on all night if you really want to, because it's just a 5% beer. Yeah, unfiltered pale ale. So the last one that we chopped had a ton of bits and pieces floating in it, because it's unfiltered, which is what you're supposed to have. So this should have like a few things floating around and bobbing and weaving and all that sort of shit in the beer. It's very lively by the look of that. It's a very lively brew. Oh, I think there was something going in there. Can't quite get the whole lot in. Maybe if we just de-ice cream it. I've kind of given that away to myself, haven't I? Okay, so we've got some goodness in the bottom of the can. So she's unfiltered, so you're not going to see through that. Little bit of sort of northern Wairoa looking coloured water there. By the taste of that bloody foam that I just took off the top, this has not lost any of its boom. This is still a good beer, and still, like I say, knocks it out of the park. The smell of that is some really nice citrusy notes. Just a pleasant smell. You're going to have to excuse the rattly fucking washing machine over in the corner. I do have to put up with a bit of stuff in this garage, like washing machines. And there's no way I'm spinning the camera around so you can see what this garage looks like in its entirety, because it is a fucking nightmare. A nightmare. Anyway. So the citrusy notes coming off that are very, very strong and punchy. That sucker's going to get as loud as, isn't it? It's like a fucking jumbo jet powering up to take off. But anyway, let's have a taste. So good. So good. That is such a beautiful beer. That is exceptional. Hasn't changed from the last brew that we reviewed 2 years ago. Still an exceptional beer. I think it was $10.99 down at Liquorland. Have a look at that. Might even be if you have got 3D glasses, it might even be a 3D bloody label. There you go. Right, before this fucking washing machine takes off and blows up, I'm going to cut away from here and run upstairs. Right, there you go. There's another beer review from the BeerSarge.